Hi, Jurgen. Alison
Right.
had something interesting to say after the Atleti game about the fact that you said just what they wanted or they needed to hear at half time in that game. I don't know if it's an English obsession about rousing speeches at half time, but it seems to me that they're kind of old fashioned. Do you place a great value in what you say at half time and how you say it?
Yeah. I have not the biggest influence on my team, obviously, during the game because it's very loud. The stadium, it was in the Wanda Metropolitano. It was very loud. Per Blinders was constantly talking to me, and I understood pretty much like 10%, and we were next to each other. So you are not that influential during a game. It's more visual. Oh, the boss doesn't look happy or whatever. So yes, I think it's very important that we say the right stuff in the right moment before the game, in halftime, and if you can reach out to them then during the game as well. But that's my job, obviously, to analyze the things in the right way and to tell the boys how we can keep going or what we have to improve or how we can use the information we got in the first half. That's the job.
One of the reasons I ask that is because you might have a very different first half Manchester United to a second half Manchester United based on what we've been able to see from them recently. So is one of the messages to your team this Sunday, be aware of their ability, certainly their recent ability, to resurrect themselves from a difficult position?
Yeah, no. Didn't think yet about what I will tell the boys, actually. But come on, we all know how the world in football is. And they won out that game. But this is United Liverpool is a massive game. Obviously, we know that. And I think Man United is not overly happy with the results they got so far, but we all know that they are able to do incredible stuff. So that's how it is. We saw it already. We try to focus mainly on ourselves. But of course, if you ask me about halftime talk now, the game is over after the final whistle, not after that, the whistle after 45, 46 minutes. So we know that, but I might mention that, but it depends on the result, obviously.
Brilliant. Okay, we go across the room now. We go to Juliet, then to James from TalkSport, then to James from BBC Merseyside. Jules first.
Jurgen, just picking up on what Hugh was saying, the fact that United do seem to dig deep when things are looking dire, sort of digging out those results. We saw in midweek, Hugh called it a dirty 3 points, the ugly wins, they're the most important. Will the intensity of midweek, be in the mind of both managers and sort of have a sway in the performance that maybe we'll see on Sunday with, perhaps, team selection and energy levels because of the shift that both teams had to put in midweek?
Oh, we play Tuesday and we play on Sunday. We don't have to think about that. No, I don't think United Wednesday, Sunday has to think about that. Wednesday, Saturday could have been our problem at Atletico. We had a lot of problems. Obviously, one is the opponent, but it was a massive problem. We saw that they had the weekend off before. So they played with 10 men, but of course they had a completely different energy than we could have in that game. And so we fought through that. That's how it is. But we came through it. That's good. And now we recovered for the last 2 days. And now today we start preparing the game properly. And that's exactly how it should be. No consideration because of the intensity of the last game, for us at least.
Okay, we go to James from TalkSport for one.
Jurgen, two of the best in the world in action this weekend with Mo Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo. They're both brilliant goal scorers, but how do they compare as players?
I never thought about that. Why should we compare Cristiano Ronaldo and Mo Salah? So obviously both are world-class players. So that's how it is. And I would say even when Ronaldo's left foot is not that bad, but I would say most left foot is probably better. Maybe then Cristiano is in the air slightly better, and the right foot is probably better. So, but speed-wise, they are both pretty quick, very desperate to score goals. So maybe that's it. But I really never thought properly about that, and not too interested in it. Sorry.
Okay, fantastic. With James from the BBC Merseyside, and then we will finish with Per from TV2 Norway. This section, I should say. James.
Hi, Jurgen. You've got 30 goals in your last 9 league and cup outings, home and away. I just wonder, when you're scoring so many goals, what does that do for the confidence, not just of the strikers, but for how the whole team plays?
It helps, obviously, but it's not now that we start, but that we are in a situation where we just rely on our goal scoring skills and think we score anyway, so we can concede 2 because we always score 3. No, it's had nothing to do with it. It's more a coincidence that we scored that often. It's just we created chances and scored, but in a row, it's quite strange that we did that. I know that. But we don't rely on it, and I love winning a football games with 1-0 as well. So that's completely fine. For that, we need to keep a clean sheet, which would be a good idea for the United game anyway. But yes, scoring goals is good for confidence, but relying on that is already the first step in a completely wrong direction. So I think this gets mentioned now quite frequently in the last few weeks, obviously, that we scored a lot of goals. We never felt it, we never thought about it, and that's how we thought we continue dealing with it, because nobody knows how often you score in the next game. Hopefully you do, and hopefully you don't concede. That gives you a good chance to win.
Terrific. Okay, Per for the final question, and I've got 2 hands up for the dailies. I can probably take one more, and then that'll be the next section. But Per, to finish this open section of the press conference off.
Hi again, hope you're well.
I am. Hi.
Maybe you answered this before, but I wanted to ask you anyways. Earlier this season, Ole suggested that the comment you made about Man United's penalties after the Southampton game last season has influenced the referees and made it more difficult for them to get penalties. What's your take on that?
Nothing really to say about it. I think when Ole said it, in between what I said and when Ole said what he said, they had 5 penalties, we had 2. No, still, even, and we all know, come on, that the refs are not. We can't influence refs by things like that. But having the amount of penalties that United had before that was quite exceptional. They are good. They go in the box. They have these kind of situations, but we have them as well, and got not even the similar amount of penalties. That's just facts. Who cares? It's done, and yeah, nothing else to say about it.
Thank you, Per. We'll call that. Okay, now we go to the embargoed section. I've got the